Hello. So basically today is my first video, so welcome. My name is Jasmine. My very first video is going to be me setting up my ball python enclosure. I decided to go with one of the bins. So this is so far what we have is this is me just kind of soaking his two hides as well as his fake plant and his water bowl and some water, and I just added a little bit of the Reptisafe in there just so that there's like no heavy metals or anything. It probably doesn't do much, but it just made me feel better. And then this is going to be his bin. I've already put the air holes in it. So he has lots of air holes. He's still a baby, so this 32 quart bin should be plenty of space for the next few months, and then we're going to upgrade him to either a glass container or something a little bit bigger than this. Okay guys, so I'm back. Right now I'm just drying out the enclosure here. This is going to be his home for just a couple of months until he grows up a bit more, and then we're going to move him into a glass terrarium. I think it'll be a really good experience. I do have another one of these little like I forgot what they were called, but basically it's just some mandarin, like a fake mandarin plant. I have one more of those coming, so he has a lot of good textures and things like that to feel and to play around with. And then I got him one of these like wood hides to go kind of in the center of the enclosure, and then basically he'll have his bowl, and he has two of these hides. But to be honest, where I'm keeping him is gonna kind of be in like a not super dark place, but it is a little bit darker. So I think I'm only gonna do one of these so he has more room to kind of explore and slither around and things like that. But I do have two. I know that snakes do usually need two hides, but I think that for his age and just his size, one will be okay, especially because if I kind of tuck this one towards the side, it can act as another hide as well. But yeah, those are basically the couple of things that we got for him. So right now I'm just basically drying out the enclosure, and then we can go ahead and add in, let me move this down so you guys can kind of see a bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in his substrate after this, as well as the heating mat, and then I have two humidity gauges to put at the top of here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and dry this out, and then we can start adding the substrate into the enclosure. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and start by attaching his heating pad to the bottom of his enclosure. And like I mentioned, the holes are already on there as well. So basically what you want to do is you take the bottom of your enclosure and then you stick the heat lamp on. It's a really good idea to tape that as well, just so it stays in place. I also know that you're supposed to only have the heat mat on about like half of the enclosure. It shouldn't take up half. It should be a bit smaller than half. So I think that this is going to be a great size. Let's go ahead and attach that now. So I'm going to just move the camera down so that you guys have the angle. Don't mind all of that. So basically you have your bottom of your enclosure here. Okay, so I basically just moved the camera down a little bit so we can attach our pad, and you guys have a really good view of where I'm putting that. So I'm going to put mine at this side, and then his water bowl will be on the other side. Let's go ahead and attach that now. I'm so excited. I got a pastel ball python, so it's gonna be a really, really cool experience. I think that you have to take off the back portion too. So let's try to do that. It's very sticky, so I feel like it'll stick just fine. Yeah, you take off the back portion too, so that because it's double-sided. This is actually so get the double-sided tape off and get this heating pad on. As you can see, I just put it in the corner, and this is basically a third or so of the tank, and yeah, basically that's how it works. And you just have this little guy here on this side that turns it on and off and kind of adjusts the temperature. But I also bought a gun, and then like a temperature gun, and then also I bought these humidifying gauges that also have a temperature monitor on there. And I also have another little probe that goes on the bottom of this just to really make sure that the temperature stays adjusted to what he needs. Because this side should never be over like 90 degrees or so, or this warm spot. So we have that attached. Basically looks like that. It doesn't look that great from underneath, to be honest with you. For the inside, for his substrate, I basically bought Eco Earth and the Zoo Med Forest Floor mulch, the natural cypress mulch, because I think that both of these together will be a really great substrate. This guy is good for all basically reptiles, and then so is this one. So I'm gonna actually mix these two together and give him kind of two different feels. I'm gonna start with the coconut husk, this coconut fiber substrate, and just putting that down at the bottom. I'm gonna do about half. And I'm gonna do the forest floor as well, and I'm gonna mix these two together. The Zoo Med, the forest floor bedding, and this one is cypress mulch. I think that should be good. Now, just mixing it all together. Now you really want to make sure that you have enough bedding too. Over, I'm gonna put a bit more actually. Put a little bit more of the forest floor. You want to make sure you have a good amount of bedding over the hot spot as well, just so if it gets really warm, it does have, you do have like a little bit of a barrier between your sink and the hot spot basically. The stuff literally smells like the forest. I like it. Yeah, I think that should be good. I think you guys can see pretty well here. All right, so next, let's add in his hides. So I have basically this little guy here. I'm gonna put it right in the center. And then his water, I think I'm gonna put it in the corner right here. And I'm kind of going to dig it into the substrate just a little bit so that he doesn't like knock it over too easily. Put that like here for now because I have another one coming that I'll put on the other side. And then this hide, I'm just gonna dry it out a bit more. We're gonna put that right here. So cute! And yeah, I do have another hide like I was saying, but I think that I want him to have a bit more space because like I said, he'll be kind of in a darker area. At some point, if I do want to change things around, I was thinking of putting his water bowl here, then putting the other hide over here. But I think just for now, so he has a bit more room to kind of explore, I'm going to definitely leave this hide out for now. Put his bowl over here. Then let me just make sure I have the hide on top of the perfect do. So yeah, basically that's that. We have our humidity gauges here. I'm gonna put them right here, but I ordered some like little double-sided tape things. They should be in today, so I'm gonna put 2 on each side. And then that'll be his humidity gauge. And basically this is his little home. Isn't it super cute? So that's really all there is to it, guys. You want to just have multiple little things for him to play with. I actually have another one of these too that I'm thinking about adding in, but it's a little bit bigger. So I'm either gonna add that over here somewhere or maybe just save it for his next home. Humidity gauges will go one here, one on this side, just so we can keep an eye out on his humidity levels. It's super, super important that you have about 60% humidity for snakes. just so that they have enough moisture basically. I'm really excited for him to come, and I'm excited to basically just kind of finish up his home and get everything really ready to go for him. Basically, this will be his little home for now, and it's super cute. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. And yeah, I will do a updated video for you guys as soon as I actually have him here with me, which will be this Thursday. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna spray this down with some water, and I'm gonna put a couple of drops of this guy in there, just so it's really safe for him. And like I said, the humidity levels and everything are nice and good for him. But yeah, basically that's it. I really had kind of a difficult time with making the decision to put him in a tub or in an aquarium, but after a lot of research and a lot of my own just like learning things on my own, I definitely think for now the tub option is a little bit of a better option for me, just because he still is a baby and eventually I'm going to have to update the tub anyway, and I would rather have to buy one big aquarium for when he gets bigger rather than continuously getting, you know, a big terrarium for him and then having to get another one when he grows a little bit more. So I definitely think that this is a better option price-wise for people who are just starting out with snakes. The tubs, you can still make them look, like I said, like super cute, and you know, make them very homey and make them feel like, you know, they have a nice little home still, even though it is in a tub. And it's just easier transportation. If I ever have to move him around, I literally just pick this up and keep it going. I may add a couple more air holes in here just on the side, but other than that, guys, this is it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and practice some pictures and things like that. Perfect. I will update you guys as soon as he gets here. Thank you so much for joining. I hoped that you had a grand old time. And I hope that this kind of helped. If you guys have any questions for me too, this is going to be my first snake. So I've done research for about 2 years. I've been wanting a snake. I finally moved out and now I can get one. And so this is going to be kind of like a road to experiencing taking care of a ball python. So we'll see how things go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Leave them down in the comments below. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Bye!